that people were out there and people felt like we did. I speak of Andrew Breitbart, the founder of Breitbart News. One person told me of an idea that Andrew had to force the mainstream media to actually report the news. March on Washington? Andrew said, no, we should go to New York City on Friday afternoon and stop all the traffic so the executives at CBS, ABC, and NBC can't go home without seeing our signs, which will say, report the truth. Do you wonder how it came to be that Barack Obama, the most constitutionally destructive president in American history, was re-elected to a second term in November of 2012? Mitt Romney could have and should have won the presidency despite these four factors. First, the bias of the mainstream media. You all remember what a fair referee CNN's Candy Crowley was in that debate, don't you? Second, significant voter fraud. Our friends at the voter fraud watchdog group True the Vote tell us that yes, there was significant vote fraud, but no, it wasn't enough to account for Mitt Romney's 4 million vote deficit. Third, we have a growing dependency population among voters. Fourth, we had a candidate in Mitt Romney who, while personally an exemplary father and husband and businessman, did not connect well with average voters. A competent, well-run Republican campaign would have been victorious had it not failed miserably. The Republican establishment failed to deliver a clear and consistent conservative message that defined President Obama for what he is: a left-wing, anti-free market, anti-American exceptionalism proponent of European-style big government statism, who, frankly, seeks to destroy the American Constitution. The Republican establishment failed to mount even a minimal get-out-the-vote campaign. Instead, the Republican establishment sat on its collective butt and wasted over $1 billion on irritating television commercials and robocalls that did more harm than good, while Team Obama had hundreds of thousands of volunteers walking in neighborhoods, knocking on doors, and winning over voters for 6 months up to and including Election Day. The irony of the 2012 campaign is this: Barack Obama won the election because his campaign team operated on free market principles, while the Republican establishment ran Mitt Romney's campaign like the old Soviet Union's Politburo. Consider this. The Obama team brought in hundreds of technology experts from Facebook and Google and Twitter to devise their sophisticated database and marketing systems. If a tactic didn't work, they abandoned it and moved to what did work. In contrast, the Romney campaign and the Republican National Committee were a closed shop. No new people, no new ideas, no accountability. Their hapless attempt at a get-out-the-vote software system, aptly named Orca, like a beached whale, failed because the project was run, I kid you not, by a lone 20-something college dropout who knew little about technology but was seen as a reliable political operative by the political director of the Romney campaign. This technology management inexperience led the Romney team to conduct the first national test of the Orca get-out-the-vote software system on, wait for it, Election Day. Now the Obama team won because they didn't run just one election, they ran 200 elections aimed at unique market segments of the voter population. And they spent their campaign money, unlike our tax money, wisely. Every dollar invested had a return in terms of voter behavior. They didn't broadcast with expensive shotgun-like television ads. No, they narrowcasted cable ads, all focused on their 200 market segments. The Democrats spent money on their door-to-door ground game, and it was by far the most cost-effective way to get votes for their candidate. When the Tea Party runs a national election, we win. When the Republican establishment runs a national election, as it did in 2006, 2008, and 2012, we lose. We must take over the Republican Party. Members of the Republican establishment are in favor of maintaining their own power, and that's why they always cave. First, at the county level, Tea Party supporters should run and win seats on the local Republican County Committee. There's not enough money out there for an incumbent establishment Republican to beat a well-run, properly financed ground game for a true conservative candidate in a Republican primary. Establishment Republicans are too lazy to mount a ground game. And not only that, there are not enough people who support them to go knock on doors for them. Their consultants are too corrupt to pass up the big money they make on TV ads to run a ground game. Make no mistake about this. The 2014 midterm congressional elections are the firewall for the defense of freedom. It is urgent for you to become involved because the Republican establishment is too corrupt, too lazy, and too inbred to beat the Democrats in 2014. Either join us in the fight or get the hell out of the way.